What is up, y'all? We are back. UFC 275. It goes down Saturday, June 11. If you were in the States or on this side of the world, or in overseas, that would be Sunday. So, Teixeira versus Prochazka, right? That is your main event. Let's go straight into it. So, for the light heavyweight title, you got Glover Teixeira, who beat the Polish Power last time, Jan Blachowicz, right? He is the champion. He is an older guy, but has resurged back into fighting. And amazing jiu-jitsu, right? Amazing jiu-jitsu. He's coming off a win. Obviously, he is the champion in the 205-pound light heavyweight division against Jiri Prochazka, straight out of Street Fighter. If you've seen this guy's last fight, who's also coming off a win against Dominic Reyes, right? Who is no slouch in the couch, right? This guy looked like at that time, I don't know if he'll do it again, but he looked like a Street Fighter character, right? She was crazy. It was cool, though. It was dope. So what is my pick for this? Listen, when you got a guy like Jiri Prochazka, right, with the awkwardness, and your ass looked like you came straight out of a Street Fighter game. Listen, if I was a betting man, which I'm not betting on this, I would say that Jiri Prochazka probably is going to pull this off with his awkwardness and craziness. I mean, I'm not saying Glover Teixeira is not going to be able to. Maybe he takes him down. Maybe he uses his amazing world-class jiu-jitsu. Or maybe he eats one of them Shoryuken, freaking you got flame combos that Jerry pulled off last time, because he's so freaking awkward. He's been training with, the king of cringe and fight ready Triple C, right? Henry Cejudo, obviously working on his wrestling and all this other stuff, because Glover is he could take a punch, right? He's probably gonna try to take it down. But my bet for this one, which is the main event, light heavyweight title, right? 205 pounds. I'm gonna go with Jerry. All right. And in co-main event, another title fight, which is for the 125-pound championship, which is the women's flyweight title, if there was a real-life Black Widow, it would be this lady right here, Valentina the Bullet Shevchenko. I'm telling you. I mean, she's amazing, right? It's one of, if not my favorite female MMA fighter in the UFC promotion, of course. Speaks several languages, right? I mean, went toe to toe on the last fight with Amanda Nunes, right? Complete total package fighting. I mean, come on, folks. If you don't know about her, I say you go check all these fights. I mean, you're gonna have about when this goes up, I'm probably gonna put it's gonna be probably Sunday, but you're gonna have close to a week or several days. Check all her fights, how far she's come. She's a killer. Again, the Bullet, right? Complete fighter, has mostly of a striker, but she does have obviously grappling, everything else. She's a champion, 125 pounds. Nobody has defeated her, and she's running out of contenders. But there is this lady from, I believe it's Brazil, right? Thalia Santos, who's also coming off a win. She defeated, I think last time was Joanne Calderwood, if I'm correct. Joanne Calderwood. She beat her, and she's coming off a win. I think she's more of a striker, right? But also obviously have grappling, because if you're at this high level, I mean, everybody's going to have the complete game, but it's more of like you have those specialists. You have people that have a specialty more towards what they lean, or usually people will go more towards striking, because if you ever wrestled or grapple before, I mean, not everybody's Habib or any of them people. It's fucking exhausting, right? It's exhausting to wrestle. A lot of people don't want to wrestle unless they have to, unless maybe they're losing the fight on the feet and maybe they take it to the ground. But all these fighters, obviously at the highest level, have a complete game, but they have specialties or stuff that they're better at. So for this pick, another championship fight in the women's flyweight, I am going to go with, how can I not go with the lady herself, the real Black Widow, Valentina Shevchenko. You're not going to defeat the Bullet. So I'm going for her. Would not be surprised if there's a knockout, or if she just masterclass this all the way. I'm not saying Thalia Santos is a contender. She's ranked number 4 right now in the women's flyweight, right? But I'm going for Valentina Shevchenko, right? That's the co-main for a title. And right before the co-main, another banger. If you haven't seen last time, this is actually part 2, right? Which is Zhang Weili or Weili Zhang, right? Against Joanna Jędrzejczyk, right? Joanna Jędrzejczyk, the challenger. Not that Zhang Weili she was the 115-pound strawweight champion. Lost. She's coming off a decision loss this time around against Rose Namajunas, right? Little tank, man. She's awesome. She's amazing. She also has been working with the king of cringe, Henry Cejudo. Look that guy up, right? He was also a champion. They say he's coming back, but this ain't about him. It's about Zhang Weili. So Zhang Weili is ranked currently number 2. She's coming off a loss against Rose, like I said. And Joanna Jędrzejczyk, I don't think she's fought since she's lost to Zhang Weili. So it doesn't say here, obviously, if you go to the UFC website, it doesn't say here that she's either win or lost, but she was, for the longest time, the reigning defending 115-pound strawweight champion for a while. I mean, it was a while. Like, remember when all the casuals, when the whole Ronda Rousey era thing, she was a champion then. And then she came across Rose Namajunas and lost twice. Then lost to Zhang Weili in I think it was the fight of the year. It was crazy. People's faces got discombobulated, forehead mutated. People came out looking different. So for this fight, who am I going for? Listen, I like them both. I like Joanna. I like Zhang. But I think Zhang has improved. And she's been in the ring a little bit more often than Joanna, right? And she's a tank. I think that Zhang can pull this off. I'm going to go for Zhang, but I will not be surprised if Joanna, based on the last fight, because it seemed like she was fighting more volume and Zhang Weili was more with the firepower, right? So she could probably pull off a decision, but I would not be surprised. And I'm going for Zhang Weili pulling this off with her improved self and wrestling and all the grappling stuff that she was doing with Henry Cejudo. And I'm going to stop it right there for the sake of time. There is a lot of more amazing fights in this card stacked. If you scroll through and see them all, a lot of great fights, and it's a stacked card. So this has been the Caribbean Hashira. Comment what you think, like, sidekick the subscribe button, catchphrase, and I'm out.